Alright, morning guys. So today's project, we're redoing the plumbing to this house. So here we're gonna switch it out for a new ball valve. So we'll do that, solder that on. We might pro press it, we're seeing. We might invest in the new pro press from Milwaukee. This is the street shut off. We had the city come out yesterday and they were able to replace the valve for us. Can you see inside or no? So this old one, as you could see right there, closes up right there. Thing is, the valve was still leaking and it was letting water get through. And since we're gonna be replacing the main plumbing in the house, we're gonna install a new valve. So we have all of our Pro Press fittings here, 1-inch valve. Everything will be 1 inch. The only thing, the spigot will get reduced from 1 inch to 3/4. So we'll be putting that in there. So we're just gonna cut this pipe a little bit lower, clean it up, press on the valve. That way we can turn it off and continue the work.
We just gotta cut that a little lower because this is gonna be in our way.
So if we didn't have a Pro Press tool, we could still get this job done. We would have to stick down that tube right there
And just
it's about
suck out
5 feet. We would suck out as much water as we can, and then there's an old trick where you put some like Wonder Bread. You do your solder really quick. The ball valve, if this gets soldered correctly and there was no water making it not work, the ball valve would work correctly, and then that Wonder Bread, you would just turn on the valve really quick and
it would just shoot
out
through the system.
So then from there, we know from here to the house it would have a actual shut off, and the city would just have to come back and replace their valve. But in our case, Milwaukee came out with this Pro Press tool, so we're able to just put this on. We'll still suck out some of the water, we'll crimp it, and then we'll test it to make sure that it's sealed, and then we can continue the work. We only got to do a 90 going up, and then from there it's working on the house.
Alright guys, so as you can see, we are doing the dry fitting for the copper. I'm getting the measurements and the cut pieces and handing them to Isaac now.
Mister?
Done. Alright, so what we're doing now is we're running our copper to that T and then teeing off into the wall and out for the spigot.
Alright, so this is where we're at so far. We have our pipe coming up here, our T we reduced from 1 inch to 3/4, and then our spigot will go there. Ball valve is obviously installed. The only thing that we've pressed so far is the bottom. Everything here we're doing test fitting. And then Angel right now is cutting the pipe that was existing from where they ran the last water line. And then you could see the 90 elbow right there with the coupling. So we're just gonna clean that up. And then, what do you need, this? And then we'll get a video of us crimping all that and then doing a water test.
Beautiful. Alright, I'm gonna stick it through.
Yeah.
And then you can... Is right there good?
Yeah. Can you push more? Right there. Yeah. Okay, push it back in.
Alright, so as you guys can see, we are pressing all of the fittings, and I'm about to get ready to put Teflon tape onto the threads for the spigot, while Isaac is on the other side of the wall pressing other fittings as well.
Let me know when it's on. It's on? Hey, turn off that hose bib that's over there. Okay. Alright, it's fully open. Yeah, I'm good here. Yeah, we're good. No leaks.
Just turn on the spigot.
Mission success.
Well, that's basically that. Everything's pro-pressed. Got the new ball valve. This will all get filled back up with spec mix. Our T reducer spigot. And then on this side, 90 with the coupling, and then obviously that's all existing pipe. With that said, we'll start working on the main house, but now there's a actual shut off. Alright, so we're starting to cut out all the old piping, the lead pipe. These two copper ones, those are staying, those go into the kitchen, but these two will get taken out. The toilet for this bathroom, these are the stub outs for the vanity on the other side, those vanity ones. And then you can't see, but there's copper underneath that's running to the shower. But basically it's just all of this section right here is gonna get taken out. And then these run about 20 feet that way under the house. So we'll remove those lead ones. And that's it.
Alright, so unfortunately we weren't able to get any footage of us removing that old lead piping. So as you can see, Isaac is dry fitting the 1-inch copper for the water heater.
And to add on to that, right now I'm putting a 1-inch ball valve. That's just gonna be the first shutoff for the water heater itself, besides the main shutoff. So now we're all 3/4. Here. So this one can go up there. Oh wait, damn. We're gonna need to do it like that with a 90. Cause I'm gonna run the 3/4 against this wall, drill it down, and then bring it in. So let's cut one at like.
Here, measure.
Cut me a 3/4. Do a foot. That's it.
Let's go. Crank, 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 good. Good.
Yeah, everything's in. Okay. Let's just, I kind of want to put a 2x4 here and fasten this good. Alright, so we got the ball valve placed in there. 1 inch, reduced to 3/4. We picked up this 3/4 line, which is gonna supply the house, and that 1/2-inch line is for the washer, which you can see right there. So we have the hose connected, and then that 3/4 pipe runs down, and I'll see if I can get a shot of it. Pipe coming down, and then a 90 going into the house. Okay, go on that side, Angel. With the 3/4. And just hold it up while I press it. I love how much space I have. It's the best. And then this tool is super fucking light. So this is the cold water, and this is the hot water. So they're strapped up on here, and then they're running. You can't see Angel, but he's back there, and we're gonna connect to the 3/4. This one you're gonna do it here, but we're gonna have to dig some dirt right there.
Or try putting the tool this way now. Or is the ABS in the way? Yeah, the ABS is in the way.
Not in the dirt.
Let's just dig out some of this dirt. Right there. You're on.
That's on right there?
Yeah.
It's flat.
Beautiful.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Right there. There. We're good. Chulada.
You're on.
Right there.
See if you can put the back end that way.
I'm gonna
Yeah, like that.
like this. Yeah, that's better.
Don't go more back towards the front yard.
I'm hitting the stem.
No, that's why. Go that way. The battery, yeah, like that, right there.
Right there.
Yeah, you're on. Go for it. That's it right there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's done.
Nice.
Okay, that one's done. And there's this is the hot, right?
Yeah.
And then, yeah, and then this one's the cold.
This is the cold.
Alright, so this is what we've done so far. We connected the 3/4 to 1/2 inch. Can't really, there it is. Okay, so we reduced from 3/4 to 1/2 inch. We left connections for in the future if they want to continue to run 3/4. So this is the cold and that's the hot. Right here we picked up the toilet for the bathroom, and then we brought the cold and terminated it up there for the shower head. Still haven't got that yet. We picked up the toilet for this bathroom, and then we took cold water for the bathroom over there. You could see I had to put 2 T's, and there the 90's coming up. Run that across. 90 came up, and we picked up the cold for the vanity. So right now we're gonna work on the hot. We're gonna run it, pick up this vanity, and then pick up that vanity, and that'll be it. Plumbing is complete, as you guys saw in the last video. We have our stub outs for our drain. We still gotta connect our the outlets for the vanity faucet. It's gonna go 2 inch. It'll still vent 2 inch, but it'll reduce to 1.5 inches for the stub out, so we can pick up the P trap. But yeah, you could see all of the hot and cold already ran. This is the toilet. There's the toilet for the valve. That's for the bathroom on the other side. And then yeah, we got more cold as that one, hot as that one, and then we capped off about 1 foot. That way in the future if they ever want to reconnect. Alright, so we have the condensation line from the furnace ran. It's ran all the way down. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it has slope. Oops. Right here we picked up the shower, hot and cold. All of our main plumbing is already complete. You can see we picked up the P-trap over there.
38.5, was it?
Yeah, give me a second. And then that's all that plumbing. You can see we picked up the toilet, which is that big one over there, the 4 inch, and then this 4 inch. But yeah, and then over there, right there, we picked up the hot, and then the cold is that one on the top. So all of that's done. Let's see, we connected them right there. Teed off right there. And then this one was for the cold for the vanity.
Alright, so we're getting ready to solder the copper pipes for the shower valve. I'm sanding and cutting and getting everything dry fitted for Isaac and myself to solder.
Alright guys, so right here we're getting ready to solder up the 1/2 inch pipe to the shower valve. In this case, it was pretty hard to get the ProPress gun into this area of between the 2x6s. What was happening was the fittings of the ProPress, because there's a bigger clamp, you can't really get into tight areas. So we already stubbed up the hot and cold lines. It wasn't that much harder just to do a couple solder connections. You can see right here, we're basically wrapping up. We have our piece of metal back there just so we don't burn the back. Alright, so that's basically it for part 2. As you guys saw, we connected a new shutoff valve in the front yard. We ran all new 3/4 inch copper under the house, both hot and cold, from the water heater. Most of our connections were made with the ProPress tool, except for the last connection here at the shower valve. In the next video, you're gonna see us working on the electrical and getting ready to close up the walls with insulation and drywall.
Thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe.
See you guys on the next one.